The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carley, marketing and outsourcing expert.
Hey there everyone, welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show for the 27th of September 2021. Super excited for today's episode, and I'm here with the lovely Serena. How are you doing today, Serena?
Pretty good, thanks. We had a massive weekend just gone, so I'm still on the after effects of that, but it was just absolutely amazing. So I hope you're going to talk about it today.
Yes, we did have the Ultimate Business Bootcamp on over the weekend, and it was a pretty epic weekend, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So you guys know the deal as well. There is a price to pay for the show, and it's not physical money. It's just if we add some value to you in some way, shape, or form. You know the deal. Just share the show with somebody else, tag them below, share the show with them direct, and just to show that we are on the right track with things as well, okay? And we're delivering some value to you guys. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about that, you know, if you do this, it will increase your sales. So if you do this, it will increase your sales. That's what we're going to be speaking about today. And we spoke about this over the weekend at the Ultimate Business Bootcamp that we had as well, where we shared a bit of a different methodology around marketing because, marketing is spoken about so much online, and you guys have no doubt been inundated by people with marketing campaigns talking about do this, do that, do something else. And the biggest thing we find with marketing is not the fact that, you know, you've got to build a funnel and you got to do all this crazy amounts of copywriting and you got to do all these crazy amounts of emails and all these different things. While all of that is great and you will need that eventually, okay, as part of your marketing campaigns, it's not exactly what you might need right now. Because the most important thing when it comes to marketing is, are you making any money off it, right? And if you are making some money off it, how much are you making, and is it enough to cover your advertising spend so far? Because if it's not going to make logical sense for you to continue to spend if you are spending more than you are actually making back from your advertising campaigns. And this is physical advertising spend that I'm talking about now. It's not like, profit and all these other different types of things, because that is something you speak with your accountant or financial advisors with and your team with and all that type of stuff. I'm talking physically, hey, I've spent this much on ads. This is how much I've got back from my advertising specifically, okay? So the idea is to continue to spend in marketing, you got to have that return coming in, and it's got to be more than what you're actually spending. And we spoke about at the boot camp some very specific case studies of things that we're working on, which is heaps higher returns than anybody else is doing in the advertising realm right now, because everyone is talking, $1 in, $3 out, which is like the norm for a lot of people. And a lot of people are happy with $1 in, $3 out. But we've got specific campaign strategies and systems that we use to not only acquire clients at no cost, enhance the value, and also multiply your marketing efforts, which actually gives you in return $9 back for every dollar spent. And we shared all of that at the Ultimate Business Bootcamps, very specifically what was done to be able to do that. And people are walking away with exactly what they must do in order to do that. And the main thing we find that helps you increase your sales, if you just do this one thing, really, really well, it will increase your sales. And what it is it's your ability as a marketer to, before a physical conversation, get past that multiple touch point that is required to be able to even get to a point where you're going to ask for money from a client. So how that works is that we all know, and there's been multiple studies behind this as well, that it takes 5 to 12 touch points for someone to really understand your brand. But in addition to that, not only understand your brand, but be able to have trust in some way, shape, or form that you'll be able to deliver to them and solve their problems and solve the challenges that they have right now, and give you enough authority to be able to go, this is exactly what you must do, and this is what will get you a result, which is what that 5 to 12 touch points comes into as part of all of this, right? It's not only a marketing effort, it is actually a sales effort as well, hence the reason why it's called sales and marketing, okay? Sales comes first, marketing comes second. Marketing, yes, it does find the leads. Yes, it does find people that are interested in all this type of stuff. But without that S word, you've got absolutely nothing in front of you. All you've got is just an expense, right? Which isn't the whole idea of sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is when you want to increase your revenue, right? And gross profit per deal as well. This is what marketing helps support. So in saying that, to be able to get past those touch points in order to be able to actually be able to increase your sales, how does that look? Well, the crazy thing is you don't need all of these stupid funnels, right? You don't need a epic looking website. You don't need all of these different things. While that is important still, right? And you will still require that as part of your marketing efforts. However, what actually works a lot better is taking that intimacy to a whole new level and either speaking to them direct via message or speaking to them direct on text message or messenger or in the DM, so to speak. That is so much more effective, and you've got to have a system for this as well, because really by the time you jump on the phone with someone, you want to have had at least 4 to 5 touch points excluding the marketing, okay? 3 minimum, right? So I'd say 3 to 5 minimum touch points before you jump on the phone with somebody or before you speak to someone direct, because 92% of all sales in business, 92% of them are done through conversation, okay? And even that on its own is being understated as well, because, you know, a lot of the time, the conversion rates, I can tell you the exact conversion rate actually when it comes to someone buying through your funnel or through your process, it's 3%, okay? On average, it is 3% of people will just buy and you will not have to do any selling. They just purchase and then that's it. So, you know, if you want 10 sales a day or 20 sales a day, you're going to need a lot of traffic, right? A lot of traffic in order to do that, which means, you know, when it's only a 3% sale rate, you know, to get one sale, you're going to need 100 clicks. So if you want a sale per day, you're going to need 100 click-throughs and 100 opt-ins to be able to get to the point where you're getting a sale a day. So you need a lot of traffic, and in order to pay for that traffic, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars a month, right? You're going to be spending a minimum of getting towards $4,000 to $5,000 plus per month to kind of get to that point where you can get a sale every day of a low barrier type product. And a low barrier type product, for those of you that are unsure, you're looking at around $400 to $500 for a low barrier product. So, and these are the things that a lot of people won't tell you when you are marketing your business online. I know this because I physically do all of this myself as well. And if you've only got a product, like you've only got a budget of $500 to $1,000 per month, you need a different strategy other than just buy my product online. And you've got to find a way to be able to, feed that process a lot faster as well. Okay. Because, the whole idea of marketing is to bring more money in than you are spending. And if you do that every single month, you can continue to spend. These are just all the little bits and pieces that people don't mention, right, Serena? It's like, and it's so simple, right? People go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Or people might go, oh, yeah, it's, I can see why that would work, right? But we're all looking for these fancy things, right, Serena? Like buy my high ticket product, all that type of stuff.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's funny when you see these campaigns, right? And you go, oh, yeah, okay, cool. You're just giving like a little bit of what's involved, right? It's like a taster. It's like a wet of the mouth, so to speak.
Oh, you're full of the good words today. You should become a copywriter.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I should have become a copywriter. Yeah, 100%. I am a freaking copywriter. What are you talking about?
Well, that's true, but you still need the editor of your copywriting as well, which is, a big thing, I guess, in the marketing part of it that some people have and some people don't. As Betty says, this is a real issue.
It is. It is a real issue. But here's the thing, Serena, right? Like how terrible is my writing?
Oh, you're a shocker. I mean, you know how to write. The information is really good, but putting it actually together. And I mean, it doesn't matter because, if you can do that, there's always someone else to do the other bit. But I've got to edit what you do and finish off some of your sentences and change a couple of words. So great writer with information and what you want to put, but really shit at the spelling and endings.
And here's the thing, right? Like people look at us and they go, you guys have it sorted, right? And it's like what you do works and all these types of things, right? But they don't look at the fact that, number one, I'm a freaking shitty writer. Like I know what I want to do and I can articulate, I can say it. But when I get it on paper, I have so many fucking mistakes. My grammar is shit. I don't know where to put a comma or a semicolon or an exclamation mark, even a full stop sometimes, right? I am freaking terrible in this area. I know that I am as well. But if I can freaking copyright and I'm this shit, right? Anybody can freaking do it. Because our stuff sells online, right? And this is what we've got to deal with. And you could imagine what I was like at the start. I'm getting better.
Well, why not just tell it well, you are getting better, because I think you know why you're getting better, because you learned how to use the spell check and grammar check.
Well, I don't use that.
Oh, don't you? Well, when I get it now, it's a lot better than what it used to be before.
Yeah, well, it's just because, I'm just learning, right? I'm constantly learning and becoming better. Like my communication is really, really good. Okay, I'm good at communicating. And, if you look through my page, you'll probably find so many spelling mistakes on the whole page, right? It probably, like when there is little mistakes from time to time, it probably warns some people away from my marketing as well because, hey, I don't know where to put a comma, but it doesn't make any fucking difference at all. Okay, you don't need to be perfect. You just have to get started with things.
Yeah, and and I get prepared for that actually, especially if we're doing like a webinar and you're using slides, and I'm ready to say we actually did that deliberately to see how many people were taking notice.
It's like that, yeah.
Secret.
But like you do the best with what you've got, right? But the thing is, you start somewhere and you become better, right? I haven't got it all sorted, but I know how to sell products online and I know how to market a product online. And I'm a shitty speller.
Yeah, exactly.
The way I see it, and I've said this for many years, I'm a seller, not a speller. We've all got to work on our weaknesses as well, right? So if marketing was my weakness at one stage, and now it's my greatest strength, but it's taken since 2014 to be able to get to this level. But and to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars as well to be able to get to this level. And, we charge people nothing compared to that to just get it straight away. You see how much quicker the learning curve is. It's insanity. I look at it and I go, okay, so you spent $100 on marketing or $500 or $1,000 on marketing, it didn't work. I spent 10, it didn't work. And I spent $100,000 on people before it worked. That's the type of stuff that, there's always someone that's started, differently, and there's always someone who has had a different experience.
How many years does it take to be an expert?
Well, they say it takes 7, but I think it takes longer. They say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success, but some people have said it takes 20. So I think by the end of that 20 years, you should be pretty much almost an expert, but I don't even think you'll even be an expert still because there's something new then.
Yeah, there's always something new that comes in over and above. So you'll be the expert up to a certain level. And then there'll be somebody else who's even a more expert than, what you're at as well, which goes with the adage that once again, and we have mentioned this before about coaching, we have coaches, we do coaching and we have coaches and those coaches have coaches. So when you reach a person that doesn't have any coach above them, they either need to be an expert, I guess, if they don't, or, they've reached a point where they don't feel they need to have an expert, but everybody keeps learning and everyone's following. It's almost like climbing up a rope ladder. You're always going to be. I remember saying once to someone, I put some stuff out there years ago when I first come to Bali with a Bali driver it was, and he said, but, if I put that out there, my competition will see and copy me. I said, well, that's okay. I said, because while they're busy copying you, you've already moved forward to the next level.
Yep. You're working out how do I deal with all the inquiries. You're working out how can I provide a better service to all of these people. You're working out how can I get an extra person on board to help out. You've already moved to a whole new level, and they're trying to figure it out now. And I can tell you, copying doesn't work.
It's the same as Facebook as well too. People say, I just don't have money I'm too scared to spend money on Facebook. It's like, how do I know what it'll get? So in the meantime, while others are doing the spending of the Facebook and raking in a lot more, like you said, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 7 to 1, they're sitting back there thinking about it because they're too scared to put $100 across. Hey?
9 to 1 with the stuff that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Like things just get better and better and better. It's like, and it's actually super simple. And it's like what I said to everyone before. It's like, you don't need to be an expert. You don't need all these crazy funnels. You don't need all these crazy huge amounts of copywriting. You don't need to be able to spell because, we can cover the spelling for you and look over a lot of that work and make sure that it does look good. And that's the best thing about it all, right? It's just like, if you want to get a better result, you go to some people that have got it already sorted, and before you know it, boom, you're away. Which
made me think about the 300 Mastermind program that we have. I'm actually going to pop the link just to the free download that gets you there. And, it's like you said, you don't have to be an expert or whatever at it. Well, the program that leads to, it's actually an upsell, teaches you how to do stuff. And it's so easy and so simple when you just follow instructions from someone else, and gets you actually up on even a higher level before you even think about spending too much money. Go for it.
Yeah. Look at that. That's probably the best product we've ever created, actually, and it's literally that 300 Mastermind product. Once we've got 300 people in that program, we're going to shut that program down. It's really just a case study program, hence the reason why we've packed so much into it. And we just want to document people that have used it and got results. That's it. There's trainings in there. Like there's a whole webinar training, which people normally charge $2,000 to $2,500 for US dollars. There's a whole live events training in there. People are charging $5,000 to $10,000 in there on how to sell or how to market online events. There's a whole system in there as well, around books, right? So free downloads and cheat sheets and that type of stuff, how to market that, including the funnels and emails and everything for that as well. Normally people are charging sometimes $2,000 to $5,000 to, I saw recently, $15,000 for that exact program. Then, copywriting. So we've got copywriting trainings in there as well. People are normally spending $500 for a copywriting training. There's some people charging a couple of thousand. That's usually how to sell copywriting on its own. Sorry, Serena.
I was just moving my mouth so you'd think I was talking, and then I could say something. So I was going to say, or I did say before, but you kept going over me. It was the Facebook advertising. It's you've got all your secrets in there about even Facebook, and one of the biggest things on how to get your your numbers back on top is Facebook, and most people don't know anything about it. But yes, they can go and put a Facebook up, but they're not going to really know the ins and outs of how to do it. Minutely or finutely or whatever the case may be, so that they can actually create a bigger return. So that alone is worth heaps. That was my biggest take on years ago when I first started looking to do all this, was knowing how to do Facebook.
Yeah, and it's like literally all step by step in there as well. But as I said, once we hit 300 for that, that's literally it for that particular program. Just because of how cheap it is, it works out to less than $1 a day to join for the whole 12 months access. But yeah, once we kind of hit that 300, that's it. And we'll have all the case studies that we possibly could need by then. Yeah. But this is the thing though, right? It's just like, in terms of, if you can just do this one thing that we spoke about earlier today, if you can just have a process in place using either text messages or emails, text messages or Messenger, there's no tech involved. They're very quick to be able to get up and running. They're very scalable as well. You will generate a lot more leads using this particular process than what you probably normally would through a funnel. And you actually get a little bit of personal touch. Online, what's working right now is that personal touch side of things. If you can give a little bit more personal touch through your marketing efforts, which, does require a little bit of extra work, but at the same point in time, will get you extra returns. Where there's extra work, there's also extra returns that comes from it too. And this is what's so important today, especially where there's more AI coming in, and all these different things that are coming in. I think the more time you can spend with people too, the longer you'll keep them. Therefore, it'll increase the lifetime values of every single client that comes through your business as well, which, was spoken about very in depth actually with our guest speakers over the weekend. And, a lot of what we were talking about just in the weekend just gone, it was a free 2-day event. So yeah, some epic information there. So guys, we're going to wind this one up for today. Thanks so much for tuning in for the show. If it's added some value to you in some way, shape or form, just type the word value below just to let us know that we're on the right track. We're giving you guys some good information. It's going to help you move forward. So just type value into the comments. If there's anything else we can do to serve you and give you some more information or help you in any way, shape or form, feel free to shoot us a message, etc. There's access to the 300 Mastermind program as well. Highly recommend doing that. It will be shut down once we hit 300. We're nowhere near 300 at the moment, but we will be ramping that beastie up again very soon. So if it has added some value, type value. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Just remember this one thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. Remember to be the warrior, and we will see you Friday, 1 p.m. Perth time, 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. New Zealand. See you all soon. Cheers.
Hi, Ravina. Good to see you here.
Bye.